Good evening, my curiosity addicts. This is Sunny from Nite Muse Media coming to you from somewhere above the 45th parallel, where the cold winds blow, the propane runs low, and we are expecting another 10 inches of snow. Brrr. I was thinking that perhaps we should take a look at some of the UFO UAP reports that have come through so far this 2026. There have been a few curiosities there for sure. Some of them involve some impressive witnesses, trained observers. One of the more compelling types of sightings comes from commercial airline pilots who spend thousands of hours in the sky and are very familiar with normal aircraft behavior. In early March, a pilot flying a regional passenger jet over the Midwest reported seeing what appeared to be a bright white object moving rapidly above the aircraft's flight path. According to the report, the object crossed the sky at an angle far steeper than any conventional aircraft would normally fly. The pilot described the light as moving at extreme speed before suddenly, disappearing. We hear that so often. Airline pilots occasionally report unusual aerial objects, but what makes cases like this one so interesting is that pilots are considered trained observers. They regularly identify aircraft, satellites, and atmospheric phenomena, so when they describe something unusual, it tends to draw attention from aviation researchers. Another report came from a military training area in the southwestern United States. Personnel conducting routine exercises reported seeing a metallic sphere moving silently across the sky at a low altitude. Witnesses said the object appeared to hover briefly before accelerating away. Objects described as metallic spheres have become increasingly common in modern UFO reports, especially after the U.S. military acknowledged encounters with similar orb-like objects during overseas operations. Meanwhile, in California, a group of hikers captured video of a bright light hovering over a mountain range shortly after sunset. According to witnesses, the object remained motionless for nearly a minute before suddenly darting sideways and disappearing behind the hills. While the video itself does not clearly reveal what the object was, the abrupt sideways movement is one detail that observers say made the sighting unusual. Reports have also come from Canada, where drivers traveling along a rural highway in Ontario describe seeing an amber-colored orb floating above farmland late at night. The light reportedly pulsed slowly before rising vertically and vanishing into the clouds. In Texas, a late-night driver reported a glowing blue sphere hovering over a quiet stretch of highway. The witness described the object as roughly the size of a small car and completely silent. After remaining motionless for several seconds, it reportedly accelerated upward and disappeared in an instant. And in the Pacific Northwest, several witnesses walking near Tacoma reported a line of bright lights moving slowly across the sky. At first, they assumed they were watching satellites, but then one of the lights stopped abruptly. It reversed direction, and it rejoined the others before the formation faded from view. Triangular objects continue to appear frequently in modern UFO reports, and I know we have UAPs now and UFOs. I don't know, there's just something nostalgic about saying UFO. In Colorado, residents described a large triangular craft moving slowly across the sky just before midnight. The object reportedly displayed 3 bright lights at its corners and a dim red light in the center while gliding silently over the neighborhood. And then over in rural Missouri, a farmer reported seeing a dark rectangular object hovering just above the tree line during the early morning hours. According to the witness account, the object remained stationary for nearly a minute before rising slowly and then drifting away. Many investigators studying UFO sightings have noted that several patterns appear repeatedly in reports from around the world. Witnesses often describe objects that hover silently for extended periods of time before accelerating rapidly. Sudden changes in direction are another commonly reported feature, something that conventional aircraft typically cannot perform without significant aerodynamic limitations and damage to its occupants, I would suppose. Glowing spherical lights, my producers, oh, he's going to get brain damage shaking his head. Glowing spherical lights, often called orbs, remain one of the most common UFO descriptions. These objects are typically reported as white, blue, or orange lights that move smoothly through the sky before disappearing at high speed. Another common shape is the triangular craft, which witnesses often describe as large, silent, dark, and moving slowly at a low altitude. Researchers who study these reports sometimes observe clusters of sightings occurring in particular regions over short periods of time. These clusters are sometimes called UFO flaps. We're having a Bigfoot flap down in Ohio right now. Well, we have UFO flaps as well, where multiple witnesses report unusual aerial objects within days or weeks of one another. Whether these reports represent advanced technology, atmospheric phenomena, misidentified aircraft, or something else entirely remains an open question. What is certain is that reports of unexplained aerial objects continue to arrive from observers across the globe. For those who spend time watching the night sky, the universe still holds many mysteries. And isn't it wonderful? Sometimes those mysteries appear much closer to home than we might expect. Follow the signals and question the noise. See you on the night side.
Said I made up my mind this time. I'm taking